tapped will serve as the main engine for economic growth of Kano and ultimately Nigeria. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, some of us here are witnesses to the role that agriculture played in the development and the progress of Nigeria, when crude oil that has now become the mainstay of our economy was still undiscovered. Therefore, the agricultural sector, which was the mainstay of the nation's economy in the 1960s, has been receiving our attention towards the realization of food security, job creation, and wealth creation. In the area of food security, the state government has in the last 2.5 years, either independently or in partnership with the international agencies, launched farmer and rural-based projects which have facilitated increase in food production and ensure self-sufficiency as well as poverty alleviation amongst others. In order to ensure adequate and timely supply of quality production inputs, especially seeds and fertilizers, which are important to agricultural productivity, I'm delighted to announce that 2013 Wet Season Growth Enhancement Support Scheme, GES, was a huge success. Over 450,000 farmers were registered and about 434,500 have benefited in the program last year. The state government expended the sum of over 1.7 billion naira, being 25% of the total cost of inputs received by the state's farmers. The state was declared the best in Growth Enhancement Support Scheme GS livestock value chain by the federal government. We have also participated in poultry, sheep and goat, beef, dairy growth enhancement support scheme, respectively. In the same token, just last week, the dry season growth enhancement support scheme GES program was flagged off in the state with support to be given to the rice, maize, and groundnut crops. These registered farmers should avail themselves of this opportunity by redeeming their subsidized inputs in good time. The state government has also initiated the Kano Commercial Crops Development Initiative KCCDI program, which is aimed at promoting the development of commercial crops production and processing in the 44 local government areas of the state, with the assistance of notable research institutes as well as reputable organizations worldwide. Government has expended the sum of over 40 million naira in the administration of annual animal vaccination under our animal health care program from 2012 to 2014. We have subsidized over 2,000 metric tons of organic fertilizer to be used in the treatment of soil acidity, especially around irrigated areas under our soil health program in 2013. We have commissioned Farmers Input Shop under the Kano State Agricultural Supply Company, KASCO, in order to avail our farmers with good quality inputs at subsidized prices. With regard to job creation, we established 24 training institutes, out of which 7 are agriculture-related institutes, which include fisheries aquaculture, fisheries artisanal institute, horticulture, irrigation, livestock, poultry, and farm mechanization, as well as Kano Kano State Leventis Foundation Agricultural Training School in Panda. To this end, a total of 6,660 youth have benefited from formal training at 7 of our agriculture-based institutes. In the same vein, under the CRC and our other 17 training institutes, we have trained and empowered about 200,000 mostly women and youth across the 484 wards of the 44 local government areas of the state have also received formal trainings. Our independent power generation effort at Tiga and Chalawa dams will no doubt create a lot of jobs and wealth. Many food processing industries are expected to spring up at our staple crop processing zone at Bunkure. Government is expending the sum of 14.2 billion naira on this gigantic project solely funded by the state government. In the area of wealth creation, we have disbursed the sum of 1 billion naira in collaboration with the CBN under the Commercial Agriculture and Credit Scheme. We have also signed 2 billion naira memorandum of understanding, matching funds with the Bank of Industry, BOI, in order to support our farmers and entrepreneurs. Recently, we signed a memorandum of understanding for 2 billion naira with the Bank of Agriculture to further support our farmers along their respective value chains of choice. In our efforts towards supporting women entrepreneurs in growing their businesses, we signed another 2 billion naira with the CBN under the 220 billion naira SME fund, in which women are expected to access 60%, while the remaining is to be accessed by other qualified beneficiaries. Furthermore, we have distributed 80 tractors to our farmers under the tractorization program of the state, and our farmers have benefited from 74 units of subsidized rice threshing machines. In the area of conservation, Kano State remains the only state with a mobile zoo in Nigeria. Our mission here is to educate, inform, and allow our young ones to participate or to appreciate nature and understand the reason for the protection of wildlife against extinction. This explains the reason why we decided to expand the scope of our Young Farmers Club to include issues that revolve around conservation and environmental concerns. Distinguished guests, like I earlier on pointed out, we are here today to witness a triple event that involves distribution of package for 300 youth trained on modern beekeeping, and of course distribution of poultry package to secondary schools, and flag off of training and extension agents and lead farmers. The Young Farmers Club, which was introduced earlier on with the slogan "Catch them young," and which is aimed at attracting the youth in all secondary schools across the state to develop interest in agriculture, training them on how to manage farms, making them familiar with different techniques of farming, preparing the students to be self-employed, thus reducing over-dependence on government jobs. In pursuant to this, our administration has directed that all the 900 state secondary schools young farmers should be, our Young Farmers Clubs should be revived, and where they don't exist, new ones should be established. We have also made adequate provision in 2014 budget to support and make them more relevant, functional, and effective. Not only that, we have also